Boom shakalaka. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream, late night live stream for those of you in Europe and east of that. Early evening live stream for those on the East Coast, maybe like early afternoon live stream for people on the West Coast, and people in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's like, I don't know why I'm looking at the microphone. I should be looking at the camera. People in the middle of the ocean, it's, early morning live stream. In case you're stranded there, yet you have a computer and internet access, welcome. What's up, everybody? How are you all doing? Good to see you all. Super Tuna keeping it very, very not enthusiastic about everything. Thank you for that. But everybody else, what is up? Luigi, Konja, J-Lo, Mr. Pace, Crypto Quest, Astrum, Taurus, Crypto Gladiator. What's up, man? Craig Scanlon, Ross, Crypto Wizard Beard. Guys, I got this new, this beard oil. It's called Honest Amish. Oh, it smells like clove oil. It's wonderful. Wonderful. It smells like cloves. What's up? Everybody's rolling in now. All right. We're getting them all. Erwin, Ken, Gooner, Harry, Brian, Cheeky, Pass, Joshua. All right. Thanks. I appreciate you guys who love the channel. I put this stuff together for you. Hopefully bring you some good information that you could potentially make money off of. Not financial advice, not telling you what to do with your money. I think anyone who kind of sticks with the cryptocurrency market is going to make money over the long term. But hopefully, when there are times of fear, I can instill some confidence. And when there are times of over-enthusiasm, I could say, hey, hold on a second. But we've got some good stuff to go over. What's up, everybody? Thank you. Hello. A lot of people. Okay, awesome. This is wonderful. So I got some stuff to go over that I'll begin with, and then we can go into any cryptocurrencies you want. Anything you want, because this is all about you. This is your hour. So to begin with, real fast, market cap still under $300 billion. It's been hovering there for a little while, but we're seeing a bit of a reversal. Okay, Bitcoin dominance under 40%. Just today, we saw some stuff in the greens. Now we're starting to see a little bit of reds mixed in with the greens. But there are some big winners, some big losers for the day. Big winners for the day, Huobi and Bibox tokens, so the exchange tokens, also Tron. Exchange tokens make sense because whether cryptos are doing good or bad, people are still using exchanges. I've been thinking recently about investing in a lot of the decentralized exchange tokens, potentially. I have some interviews coming up with some decentralized exchanges. Stay tuned for those this week. But there's a lot of good decentralized exchange options out there. I think they are going to be quite a way of the future because, first off, because they offer a lot in terms of security. They prevent people from being hacked. Like somebody just mentioned hacking here. Decentralized exchanges prevent people from being hacked. Also, what else do they do? Yeah, I think that's the main thing. But a lot of options out there. There's a lot of good ones out there, some bad ones. But right now, centralized exchanges, that's who's making a lot of money. Last week, Binance made a Binance token, made a bunch of money. This week, Huobi and Bibox are making some. I'm going to go into Bibox, show you a little calculator in a little bit. You can learn how much Bibox is making because that's, you hold Bibox, you make one trade a week with Bibox, you can make a shitload of money. Better than hodling many other things. Maybe. All right. Also Tron. So Tron had some news today. But I mentioned a turnaround. So since May, where was this? May 5th. We're on this whole big descending triangle. We're finally breaking out of that. We broke out of this little descending tract right here, okay, just yesterday. But this long one, finally breaking out of there, all right? And will we see much good price action? Well, it can't go much lower. Of course it can go lower, but if it goes much lower, no one's going to be selling, except for like the absolute retards, But really, if it goes below around 6,000, it's not profitable to mine a Bitcoin. Miners, they're not going to sell because they don't want to. They don't want to lose a whole bunch of money. And also, one of two things. Either they're going to stop mining, which is possible, but most of them have made a whole bunch of money anyways, and they're in it because they believe in the project, so they're going to continue mining or mine something else temporarily. But, Bitcoin will adjust for that. But taking a look here, we see the MACD crossover, okay? So, like I said, I'm doing the just experimental trading just on the MACD, daily candles of Bitcoin versus the dollar, trading between Bitcoin and day. Why not using Tether? Because Tether is like a loaded gun. Okay, I'd love to use Tether. Very high liquidity. But I mean, take a look at this. Tether right now is, I think, 10th in market cap. That's frightening. That's frightening. Or 11th. The 11th largest cryptocurrency is a, oh, it's behind that thing. Okay, the 11th largest cryptocurrency is a cryptocurrency that claims to have these dollars somewhere, has not been audited since September of last year, even though they've been required to be audited. And the last time, there's 2 times that I've seen, take a look at this, not the price US dollars, not the price Bitcoin. Take a look at this. The last time I saw something that went up like that, okay, 2 times. One was, what the fuck is it called? BitConnect, Ponzi scheme, okay? The second was Monero, but Monero eventually came down, okay? But that makes me think, be careful. However, I just could be spouting stuff, but, you know, they have a $2.5 billion market cap, and they've not accounted for a single thing, just claiming they have the money somewhere. So I just say be careful. So anyways, that's why I'm doing Bitcoin and Day back and forth, because Day actually uses Ethereum collateralized debt somethings, and that's how they back it. And once this blue line, the MACD, crosses over the orange line, the signal line, I trade back into Bitcoin. Now this is nice because I got out of Bitcoin somewhere around like 9,700, something like that, and now I'm getting back in at 6,500. So that's pretty nice. Now, I wish I would have done it with a lot more money, but this is just an experiment. I started out with $1,000, doing it with that. Okay, so that's what's going on with Bitcoin. Broke out of this descending tract here, broke through the $6,500 mark. 7,000 could be the next line of resistance. We'll kind of have to see, because this area right here between 6,500 and 7,000 is where Bitcoin likes to sit. All right. Now, some other things. I just wanted to point these out for you. Now, these are cryptocurrencies because I don't know for a fact, okay? But I'm pretty damn sure that things aren't going to go much lower, okay? It's possible, but really, like, that would be pushing it. Like, if things get much lower, well, then everything will be cheaper. But some cryptos that I've been looking at, because this is the way that I think about it. We had an altcoin bubble back in December, January. That was basically all the new millennials getting in, some older people getting in as well, who heard about it, found out it was an awesome idea. Well, the next group of people to enter are the institutional investors, okay? And they're not going to want to invest in a coin that, you know, may do well. They want to invest in like a blue chip cryptocurrency. Well, so where are those blue chip cryptocurrencies? Probably above 20th position on CoinMarketCap, even better above 10th. So I was just taking a look at a few, and these are a couple that catch my eye in the top 10-ish. The first one is NEO. Now, this is no surprise. I talk about NEO all the time. I believe that NEO has a very strong chance to be like the #1 crypto by 2020. I think they have a chance to do that. Now, back here, I was talking about NEO a lot. This was back in November before the breakout, and we have a little descending wedge there. So it's a wedge, but the top line has a steeper slope than the bottom line. Kind of looks like this, you know. And so there was a descending wedge there, and then breakout. And I said right there, that's a great buy point, and turns out to be an awesome buy point. NEO versus Bitcoin dollar or daily candles. So same thing is happening now. We have another descending wedge forming with NEO and Bitcoin comparative. NEO is at prices that are freaking ridiculous, like under $40. I can't believe it, but yeah, under $40. It looks like this is forming again. This would be another thing to keep an eye out. If it breaks above that line, that would be a great time to buy in. I mean, I just buy more NEO all the time because I love it. You buy it, you hold it, you get gas. It's like 4% returns. But I believe in the ecosystem. They're building the smart economy. They have a bunch of great partnerships. So I believe in the project. Obviously, I'm biased. So, you know, at least I'm aware enough to recognize I'm somewhat biased to NEO. Cool. So the next one that I wanted to point out is Cardano. Now, Cardano is one that shot up a whole bunch. And I made a video back when it was like 2 cents, naming it as one of the top ones for 2018. And it did pretty well, but it's come back down quite a bit. Because I think when it went all the way up to like $1.40, $140, that was like over exuberance, way too much. Now it's pulling back, okay? And if we look at the last big run up and pullback, right now we're approaching this 78.6 line. So these are Fibonacci retracement lines, and these kind of, I'm reading a really good book now called something on Elliott wave principle, okay? And basically Fibonacci, this dude from Pisa, he was Italian, and he saw these patterns throughout all of life. Like we see it in the seashells and different stuff, the swirls of seashells, tornadoes, all that stuff. Well, that's where these numbers come from, and we're finding this line right here, the 78.6 line, it's finding support over and over again. Well, could this be the bottom? We already have a potential double bottom here if this picks up. So will we see it pick back up? If it does, because you can see this is the setup for a double bottom. If this goes back up and breaks through, where would it be? 2979 Satoshis, so breaks through the top of there, the confirmation point, then you have like a 97% chance of some serious gains with Cardano. So wanted to bring you those ones because those are ones that I was taking a look at, and those are both projects that I believe in the long run will probably do well, because I believe 95% of cryptos aren't going to make it. These ones potentially will. Now, just a couple other things in the news. Tron today, big price jump following the BitTorrent acquisition. Now, we've known for a week or more that they kind of acquired BitTorrent, but I don't know why the price just jumped today. Also, it's like 5 days until their actual Independence Day, so they have that stuff going on. No surprise, Tron is one of those that the price jumps all over the place. Bibox Token calculator, so BiboxTokens.com. I made a couple of videos previously about Bibox tokens. Very interesting in the way it works. Now, Bibox, when I made the videos, I was saying, wow, they have this amazing daily volume compared with, if you compare the daily volume with the market cap to KuCoin, Bibox should be worth like, I don't remember what it was, like 20 times what it is right now. Well, it turns out they use these artificial trading bots on there to artificially inflate the volume on Bibox. So the volume isn't that accurate to go on, but since I made that video, the price of Bibox tokens went from like 60 cents to a dollar something where they are right now. $1, where are they? $1.38. So they've doubled in the past month or so since I made that video. But that's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is if you hold these Bibox tokens, you can get 20%, over 20% returns, yearly returns. That's pretty cool for just holding tokens. That's if the price doesn't go up at all. But many exchange tokens, prices tend to go up. So you can go to BiboxTokens.com, do a little math with the calculator, figure out how much you'd make per year just from holding Bibox tokens. Also, the other big gainer for today, Huobi tokens. All right. And that's another one where you know, all these exchange tokens, they're winning. Now, Ethereum Classic, this was a popular one last week. They're the next coin to get listed on Coinbase. We were talking about it last week. People with Ripple have absolutely lost their mind because Ripple's not getting listed. Ethereum Classic is, but there's a lot of good reasons why Ethereum Classic is getting listed over Ripple. They're listed in this article, but we'll go through them. So technology, they've been around for a while. They have a team of very strong developers. They have the governance models, scalability with side chains, and developer friendliness. So all of that stuff, they're talking about why ETH Classic is good. Lastly, another Ponzi scheme. Never a day goes by without a Ponzi scheme in cryptocurrency. Well, self-advertises Turkey's national cryptocurrency Turcoin outed as a Ponzi scheme. So don't invest in Turcoin. Cool, so that's it for me. Now it's time for you. What questions do you have? First question, what about Neblio? Do I believe in it? Yes, I think Neblio will be a good coin. I think there's a... let's see. Here's the thing. In crypto, we're very impatient. Like, we expect shit to be done yesterday. We expect it to go from ICO to fully formed product to multi-billion-dollar industry within a couple of weeks. And when that doesn't happen, it's crazy. Now, Neblio is a decent project for enterprise systems. There's a few enterprise blockchains out there, but I think Neblio is one that that could potentially do well. I know Nicholas Merton likes this one too. Yeah. Oh, someone's mentioning about Neblio being as another security, a stock giving away awards. Yeah, potentially. You have to be careful of that stuff, because if things are listed as securities, like right now, the only cryptocurrencies that aren't securities are Bitcoin and Ethereum. Technically, everything else is a potential security, so you got to be careful with those because that could potentially hurt them. All right. There's another question. Thoughts about Deep Brain Chain? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I love Deep Brain Chain. They have, I think they're going to rule blockchain and artificial intelligence. My personal opinion. I've interviewed the chief AI officer. They have an awesome plan, and they have these miners. These are the coolest things. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of these miners. I want to wait until there's at least a little bit of at least the market goes up a little bit again until I buy one, just because you're spending a lot more Deep Brain Chain on them. You have to buy them in Deep Brain Chain, and so you're spending a lot more on Deep Brain Chain to buy them right now. But other ones, Zebi to be on OK Exchange, that would be cool. That would be cool because right now they're just on cryptos, and I think that's hurting them. That's like the India's blockchain version. Zebi. Yeah, Zebi's gone down a bit. It was released at like 10 or 11 cents. Went up to 14 cents. Oh, yeah, I guess I would need the US dollar price. Here we go. Oh, it went up to 21 cents. Yeah, and now it's way down. Yeah, way down. But, yeah. Do I expect VeChain to pump soon? Ooh. I think VeChain is a very, very formidable project. Like, VeChain is a project that's doing real work, really good work, making nice partnerships. They have a strong team. Apparently, VeChain Thor has had 0 bugs that they've found yet. So Sunny Liu doubled his bug bounty. So basically, the bug bounty is they offer to pay hackers a certain amount of money just to find bugs. Well, VeChain Thor is their new blockchain that's coming out, and they've been trying to find any significant bugs, haven't found any yet, so he's doubling the bug bounty because he really wants to make sure that shit's found before it comes out. So yeah, I think VeChain is going to do awesome. Let's see. Let's take a look at it on TradingView. Ben BTC. All right, that's not great on Bitfinex. No real clear patterns that I'm seeing there except for a giant wedge, but everything's in a giant wedge right now. All right, but I think VeChain is a project that will probably make it out in like 5-10 years. VeChain will be one that's still probably around. Why does no YouTuber talk about Pundi X? I actually made a video on Pundi X a while ago, and I think that they could be a very good payment solution. Now, as of yet, we haven't seen any great payment solutions, at least in the United States. There is the Coinbase credit card. Coinbase, I forget what it's called, but Coinbase has a credit card that you can use. All the other card servicers like MasterCard, Visa, they won't do anything with cryptocurrencies at the current moment. Pundi X is a decent solution. They have these little point of service type of things. And so let's see, you can find a bigger picture down somewhere on the website. Yeah, so they have these little point of service type things where you can buy Bitcoin, sell Bitcoin, reload your cards. They have cards with it as well. Initially, they only had 4,000 of these. I think they're aiming to do more at this point. I don't know how many they have right now, but initially, which was probably a couple months ago when I made the review, they had 4,000. So it's potentially a good solution. They need adoption. They're aiming to give these things away to stores for pretty much free. So that could get adoption. And it pays 7% monthly, from what I'm told here. Wanchain. Awesome. Guys, you're asking some good questions. So later today, I'm interviewing a company. I will not say who yet, but they have got a cryptocurrency that's being compared to the new WAN chain, and its advisor is Sunny Liu from VeChain. So, and Bo Shen from Fenbushi Capital. So, yeah, that should be an interesting one. Keep an eye out for that one. But, oh yeah, WAN chain, yes. I think all of the coins in the Blockchain Interoperability Alliance are good. So WAN chain is going to revolutionize finance, and what they've done that I really like is, although they have a very strong Asian team, they've hired like some English-speaking CEO, because what I've seen a whole bunch in cryptocurrencies is these CEOs that are geniuses, absolutely brilliant on paper, but can't talk to save their life. They're not going to be able to sell their cryptocurrency if they can't talk to you. So WAN chain has done that. They're aiming to kind of digitalize money. So they talk about Moore's Law. I saw them present at BTC Miami in January when they launched, I think, their mainnet. They talk about Moore's Law in terms of money. So, well, I think it was Moore's Law. It was basically like talking about photographs, how you can store a whole bunch more information. But basically, the amount of money in the world is going to explode once we digitalize it because of just how Moore's Law works. That's what they're talking about. But cross-chain is what they're aiming to do with finance. It works very well. I am interviewing some people later today. I think that'll be good. I have looked into Lunar. I think Lunar is one that that could be very well, but it's still very early on. Okay, you got to remember, Lunar is like Wikipedia mixed with Steemit. It took Steemit a very long time to get to where it was, a few years. Okay, Lunar just released their beta not too long ago. I think back in like January or February or March, somewhere there, where basically they're starting to reward people for adding content, okay, and also for cultivating the content, whatever they call it. So you can add stuff to Lunar, you get rewarded in Lunar for doing it. They do have a very, very limited supply. So total supply is 2.7 million. You don't see that with much other things other than like Zcoin and Lunar. Price has plummeted down. It was, I think, at 45 bucks at one point, $60 at one point. Holy shit, it was at $60 at one point, now down to $8. It's dropped significantly. I think this is one that's going to take a while to really get rolling. They need to, I mean, there's a lot of money to be had, a lot of potential. Like, this is one that in a few years, if it takes off, it could be enormous, because Wikipedia is a multi-billion-dollar business. Well, if they can compete with that, if they can even compete with Steemit, yes, this one stands to gain a lot, but as it is right now, somewhat early. Bab. So everyone keeps talking about Bab. I personally don't see it. It doesn't mean that it's not going to mean anything. Like, this is pretty much in every live stream for the past month or two, someone's mentioned Bab. And so that makes me think, you know, maybe this is something worthwhile, but at the same time, I take a look at it. It is listed on a few exchanges, so Bancor and KuCoin, all right? But here's the thing. They're offering a British bank account to everyone in the world. I don't exactly understand how beneficial that's going to be. Why do they need a British bank account when they could just use cryptocurrencies and avoid the whole situation? Like, they're talking about World Bank for the microeconomy, so maybe that makes me think potentially like small, very small people, like not small people, like impoverished people. That's but maybe that's what they mean by that. But there's other projects that are doing that, like Lala World. All right, they're already up and running. They're a huge company already up and running, adding to end poverty, and basically just using an app and cryptocurrencies to take care of all that stuff. So I don't personally see the benefit of BAB. Doesn't mean that it's not going to mean anything. I've been wrong before. Okay. Okay. Two more that I see: Power Ledger and Dragon Coin. So Power Ledger, For a while, it seemed like electricity on the blockchain was a very, very popular concept. Now people aren't talking about it as much. Definitely, power ledgers seem quite a pullback, and it seems to be kind of slowing down here, a lot less volatility than there was seen before. This is something where if you believe in the project, probably a good time to get in. I do believe that the blockchain is a great solution for energy things. Things like Power Ledger, like WePower, like all the other ones out there, because energy, electricity is fungible just like money is. And what that means is that, you know, $1 can be exchanged for $1. They're identical, even though they're two different ones. Same thing with a kilowatt hour of electricity. 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. They're the same things. They're both fungible. You can exchange them back and forth. Because of that, and also because of the record keeping and the transparency and also I think it'll be somewhat of a designer type and thing to be able to pick, you know, you want to have your green energy from like Frank's energy farm over there as opposed to like Jerry's wind farm. You'll be like, oh yes, I only use wind energy, you know, while you're sniffing your own farts. I think that'll be somewhat of a designer thing with energy, but they're aiming to do green energy. It is a good blockchain concept. I think over the long run, yes, they'll do well. Dragon Chain was another one. I talked a lot about Dragon Chain earlier. I haven't done much research into them, but the things that I liked about Dragon Chain back when I was looking at them was a few things. One, they're another enterprise solution. They also have a very strong team. So a lot of their team, previous Disney employees. So like, you always want a team of heavy hitters, people who have worked for big companies before. Disney's a pretty big company. The other thing that they have is their incubator program. Okay, so basically they are an enterprise solution, but anything that they think is going to be beneficial on the blockchain, they're going to help that get on the blockchain. Now they do that in a couple ways. One, by making it very easy for any businesses to get on the blockchain, but also supporting them in the way up through their ICO and things like that. They've had a couple different ICOs recently. Let's see, I wonder where. I forget. There was one identity one that they did. Token info, team merchandise. Yeah, I don't know. But they've got some stuff. Team Dragon Chain. Hodl Dragon. Yep. All right. So, yeah, that's what I think about Dragon Chain. Right now, it seems like overall everything is very slow. Like, you realize when the market's going up, everybody's making announcements. Everybody's got these super optimistic things. When the market's down, people are just quiet. And really, like, nobody wants to even give announcements right now. Like, I contact teams to try and get interviews with the CEOs to try and find out more about their projects. And a lot of them don't want to be covered right now just because the market's kind of sleeping. They want to wait until it picks up again, and then that's when they want to do something. So I think we're seeing that across the board, and this is a very typical graph for pretty much every cryptocurrency right now. They peaked in December, January, and they're just kind of slowly dying off in Bitcoin and US dollar comparative until we see another price spike. When that'll be, I thought June. Maybe we'll see something in June, maybe not. If not, hopefully the end of the year, November, December. If not then, it may have been true. We may have been seeing like an 18-month to 2-year cool-off. If that happens, don't freaking worry, because I want to remind you guys of something. This is like the one benefit that I think I can give you guys is a little bit of perspective. All right, so take a look at this. Okay, you see this total market capitalization right here, and you see how like right here is freaking gigantic. Okay, well, right here is, if you go back to just 2013, when is that? Yeah. I think that was February 2014. Boom. You see how that looks identical to where we are now? There was like nothing, and then all of a sudden gigantic. Okay, it looks identical to where we are now. Well, same thing happened back then as is happening now. And that's just kind of how cryptocurrency grows in cycles. It gets these mass adoption phases and then kind of dies out because people are still trying to convince themselves it's not a Ponzi scheme. They're not going to lose all their money because there are a lot of snakes in the grass, and so there are opportunities for people to lose their money. And when they hear about that stuff, they get scared. But taking a look at a logarithmic scale, you know, it's been growing pretty steadily. Crypto's been growing pretty steadily, and if you take a look at the McAfee Bitcoin prediction tracker at beercoin.top, okay, it looks bad there, but if we look at logarithmic, you know, we're not far off from reaching $1 million by 2020. It's taken a little bit of a dive recently, but potentially will come back. Potentially. All right. Oh, yeah. Neo and Ontology, best in the whole market. Definitely, Astrum. Thoughts on Tron? There's a lot of talk about Tron setting up for another bull run recently. Tron is one that's always doing lots of developments. If we take a look at Crypto Miso, they're one that is that's doing a lot of developments on GitHub as well. So Tron is third. Okay, Tron's third in terms of total GitHub commits over the past 3 months. Second to only EOS and Nulls. All right. Ones that don't get talked about as much, Nulls, which is a decent project that is aiming to do kind of a plug-and-play blockchain solution, like what Arc is doing, where basically if you want a blockchain, you can build it, you can just say this. Not many people are talking about that. Also, Republic Protocol, so dark pool trading, they've been doing a hell of a lot of work, no marketing whatsoever. I have a little bit of that just in case it somehow pays off in the long term. Zeus Shield, I don't even know what that is, but it's worth looking up. So yeah, I think, and Tron's at pretty lows, pretty relative lows. I think it could pump. This is one that Tron's just always in the news, and I think that Justin Sun is doing a very good job as a CEO of always being in the news, because if you look in the news every day, there's news about Binance, there's news about Tron. Always. And look, they're doing pretty well. Now, Tron fell off a little bit after their mainnet launch. A lot of people bought in thinking that, you know, maybe it'll pump at the mainnet, or they just bought to sell at the mainnet. But it seems like they're doing a lot of developments. Oh yeah, Zeus Shield. 354, way down there. Available on Gate.io and Hit BTC. What kind of crypto will be the game changer for mass adoption of blockchain in the future? I think the crypto that'll be the game changer will be the one that people don't even know they're using cryptocurrency. I think when it's so simple that people don't even know they're using it, like for instance today, blockchain AI insurance. So that's one to look into, I guess. But today there was an article about Stripe and Bitcoin and New York. Something about that. Or it wasn't Stripe. It was, what's that other thing? Square. All right. Yes, I think this might. Yeah, so this one, the Square Cash app. Basically, the Square jumped a whole bunch in its price after, oh damn it, this isn't the one. There's another article similar to this, I think on CNBC, but it's not that article. Well, basically, it's an app that makes it easy. It's growing faster than Venmo growed. So Venmo is something that makes it easier for people to send money on PayPal. Well, this is easy for people to buy Bitcoin and then potentially send it as well, just using the Cash app through Square. Jack Dorsey, the Twitter CEO, is in charge of that. So, yeah, I think something like that will end up getting mass adoption. Let's see. Already talked about Pundi X. Let's see, Hellbiz. This one I don't know anything about. Rank 570. Whoa. Exmo. Oh. Who is just advertising this one? Somebody was just advertising this one. This is curious to me. You know, rank is 570. Like, maybe they have the circulating supply wrong or the market cap wrong. But right now, the volume is 2/5 of the market cap. Something is up with that makes me think, I'm not exactly sure if it's real, or potentially there's just a whole bunch of talking about it. I don't know. Yeah, so basically you can rent out your car sharing solution. Yes, it could work. Everybody wants to be the Uber of whatever. You just got to think, are you guys going to rent out your car? Do you, like, would you rent out your car to just anyone? I don't know. You got to think, would you do that? I probably wouldn't. Maybe some other people would, but that's the thing that I think about with it. Oh, there's lag. I don't know. Let's see, Genesis Vision. I feel like I should just make a list of like which cryptos I would buy, like 1 through 10 if I had to buy one, and if that one wasn't available, which one would I buy? And if that one wasn't available, which one would I buy? Because everybody asks, Cardano or Icon? I think Icon is at a bigger pullback. Or excuse me, Cardano is at a bigger pullback right now. We can actually take a look. What is that called? I'll think of it in a minute. The next step in financial markets, Genesis Vision, let's make it together. First platform for the private trust management market, built on blockchain technology and smart contracts. This is why we're serious. All assets, one interface. How it works. Reunite exchanges, brokers, and traders. Yada, yada, yada. So they do not have an alpha out yet. Or maybe they have version 1, version 2. No, where are we? Alpha. They do have an alpha out of their blockchain platform. Ah, Charlie Shrem. So Charlie Shrem's been advising a few different things recently. He's advised, this is I think his 3rd project. In the past few months, he's done Crowd Machine, he's done Morpheus, and this one. I mean, he seems to pick pretty decent projects. Without doing more research into what it is, I don't exactly understand what it is. Like, I understand connecting people, but I don't understand why it's necessary on the blockchain. Let's see. Verge. Oh, yeah, Verge has to do a lot to kind of get people's trust back, because they got hacked. I mean, after they raised $3 million or 3 million Verge tokens, something like that, to partner with Pornhub, which I think was cool. I think that was good, potentially. But then they got hacked twice within a month with the same thing. A 51% attack twice in a month, using the same exploit. They lost a lot of faith, especially the second time, because they stopped responding to people. They just went like, went off, and price dropped significantly. I mean, it's now at a quarter of what it was back then, and that was a couple months ago. They're at a quarter of what they were a couple months ago. They have a lot of work to kind of get back in people's good favor. Zilliqa. Yeah, Zilliqa is a good one. They're supported by Neo Global Capital. Partnerships with the Neo ecosystem potentially. So one of the things that I heard recently about how Neo could put this to use is because they're building a high throughput blockchain. I think it's through, is this the one that's using, the linear accelerators or whatever? I'm not sure. But they have a strong team and strong backers. I haven't looked at their advisors, but Vincent Zhao and Nicholas Oster are names that I've seen before. I think Evan Cheng as well. Engineering director at Facebook. Yeah. So this is one that probably will do very well. And they have partnerships with Neo. I think being included in the Neo ecosystem is very useful for any project, just because Neo is building all the partnerships that's going to be necessary to run. What are your thoughts on the key and Civic? Identity is becoming a very huge area. So I did a review on the key way back. So the team on the key, at least the CEO, she is like a legend. Oh my goodness, she's done so much stuff. Catherine Lee, she won like I think it was like Man of the Year award in China or something. Like I don't remember exactly what it is, but yeah. So she won a lot. They also have Ken Huang, who's got a lot of connections, and what they're aiming to do is digital identity, which is going to be an important thing because that could be the ticket to helping aid mass adoption in cryptocurrency. If you can somehow attach your cryptocurrencies to your identity and prevent that from being stolen, all right, potentially using biometric data or something like that, then you don't have to worry about being hacked. Then you don't have to worry about losing your cryptocurrencies. Then it makes it a lot more easy, because right now one of the things that holds a lot of people back from cryptocurrencies is that they can't go to their bank. Like if you have fraudulent charges on your credit card, you just go to your bank, you get them canceled. But if you get hacked, you're fucked. There's nothing you can do. So I think identity solutions are going to help with that, help to kind of allow you to own your digital assets and your digital identity. And the key is probably going to do that very well. Civic is another solution for that. So Civic's been around a lot longer with Vinny Lingham. Funny story, Lingham actually means penis in in Tantra. So, just thought you all should know that. But Vinny Lingham, he has been around for a while, and Civic actually has a working project together. So, but there's also other solutions out there. There's stuff like Ontology, which is a massive one. There's Bridge Protocol, which is on Neo. There's a whole bunch of different solutions for digital identity. There's space for all of them. But I think they're going to be something that's going to be absolutely necessary to connect, to kind of bridge digital assets and blockchain technology with people. Crypterium SalPay. So I did a review of SalPay a while ago. I think that is good because that's just, that's a real world solution for cryptocurrency, which is, not remunerations, but remittances. So basically people living in another country sending money back to another country. Very good solution for it because it allows you to send money back without the banks taking all the time and the money out of it. Like banks charge 10% or something to take money out. With cryptos, you can pretty much do it for free. They have their own company, Solarium, and so they're using SalPay within the company right now, but there's the potential to grow. Right now it's only listed on Cryptos, and the price has come down quite a bit because I think they sold this one at like 40 cents. So yikes. If I had $500 today, what would I put my money on? Neo. But there are things, okay, so here's the thing. My investing strategy is different than your investing strategy. Everybody has a different investing strategy. I realized that by picking some of these cryptos like in the top 20, they're not going to get as big gains as you know, picking something on page 4 of CoinMarketCap. But I think that 99.9% of the ones on page 4 are going to disappear within the next few years. So you may be able to make a quick buck on it, and that's cool if you can buy it and then sell it when it goes up. But I don't trade that often. I just am more of like a value type investor. So I find projects that I think are valuable and I invest in them over the long term. Bitcoin's one of them. Ethereum's one of them. Neo's one of them. Lisk is one of them. I think Cardano's one. Stellar's one. Dash and Monero definitely, but I just don't have any of that. I think exchange coins like Binance Coin are very useful to have. VeChain's a very good project for the long term. Ontology as well. Omi's Go's got a good platform. Icon, Lisk, Zilliqa. There's a whole bunch of ones out there. But if you ask me today, I really do believe in the Neo ecosystem because they just, I mean, they're like the king of partnerships. And it's not so under the radar, but it's pretty damn under the radar because not many people talk about Neo. They just don't. But you hold Neo, you get Neo Gas, which is like 4% right now, but as things go up, prices will go up. I'm not really concerned. Not to mention, they have a whole bunch of ICOs on there. Tron did have a great day today. 0x. So 0x is one that I've been told is the next potential for being on Coinbase. May be true, may not be true. All right. You saw this price run up here. That was because there was rumors about 0x getting listed on Coinbase. But basically, 0x had Paradex, which was their decentralized exchange. Coinbase bought that, probably because Coinbase is going to want to have a decentralized exchange in the near future. So now they have one. That gives them a link. Also, there's, who is it? I think someone from Coinbase is working for 0x right now, or vice versa. One way or the other. But yeah. Who knows? Okay, so this is one that has connections with Coinbase, so there's potential to be listed on there. We'll see if that happens. Yeah. Most of my cryptocurrencies, I did a portfolio review not too long ago, maybe like a month ago. So you can just go to YouTube and type in Crypto Love Portfolio, and it'll show you exactly what I have right there. I can just show you that right now while we're doing this, in case you're interested. So this is what, at the time, this was May 4th. Things have probably changed a little bit in terms of percentages, but I had 25% Bitcoin, 26% Neo, 19% Ethereum, 6% Lisk, 4% Ontology, and then the rest. So that's what I had at the time. I mean, I have large proportions of Bitcoin and Neo because I believe in them. Half my portfolio is Bitcoin and Neo because I do believe in both of those projects. I also think Ethereum is going to do well. Lisk is going to do well. I used to poo-poo all over Ethereum. I used to say Ethereum shit. But over the past 4 months, I've gained some respect for Ethereum. I think they're going to do well. They have 50,000 developers a month joining Ethereum. They also have the most projects out there. We'll see how they handle scalability. I do have a little bit of Cardano. I think that's in my everything else. I bought Cardano back when it was 2 cents and I sold it when it was above $1. So I didn't buy back in until just recently, probably in the past couple months. I bought back in some, but I think that's in everywhere else. Top 5 Neo Smart Economy coins. Oh, I like that question. Well, there would definitely be Deep Brain Chain. There would be... let's see. Ontology, if you count that as being in there. I think Neon Exchange going to be huge. let's see. There are a, what other ones do I like? I don't know. We'll say those three, and then the other ones, because the other ones it's hard for me to pick out which one's above the other ones. Okay, you keep saying token pay. I'll look at token pay. Just so we probably have like 10 minutes left. If I don't get to any of your cryptocurrencies, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to all the ones that I know stuff about. If I haven't gotten to it, it's most likely because I don't know anything about it, but I want to try and get there. Token pay. All right, rank 184th. Listed on Cryptos and Cryptopia. The world's most secure coin. Bullshit. I don't know. See, like when they make statements like this, that's obviously not true. Like, how can it be the world's most secure coin? Bitcoin's been around for 8 years and has never been hacked. That's bullshit right off the top. So it makes me think, okay, so they all go through the Tor browser. Awesome. But does that make it the most secure coin? Not in my opinion, but I'll go read. You know, it's just like when they do something like that right off the bat, that's just complete bullshit. It makes me biased against them. But I'm sorry. I'll try and be unbiased with the rest of this. Multi-signature wallets. So they're using like Tor browsers and multi-sig wallets and encryption. They have a card that'll come out eventually. Let's see. They just had, or no, completion of token sale was Q1. Debit card in Q3 or Q4. Okay, so there's going to be, basically we're entering the tokenization of everything. So there's going to be a cryptocurrency for everyone. I mean, you'll be able to use whatever you want. The advisors, Verge, and we've seen what's happened with Verge recently. So anyways, this is just my personal opinion, but I would say why use this when you can just use Monero? Okay, Monero is very secure. Nobody knows where that came from. Nobody knows where it's going. So yeah. I am in the East Coast. I've heard a lot of good about the Sparkster ICO. So I know that also Phantasma. So I think Ian Bellina's done AMAs with both of those. So I would definitely recommend checking those out. Despite all the shit talking that Ian Bellina gets, I think he does a very good job at what he does. So and also, not to mention, he's got the Bellina effect. So like when he recommends an ICO, everyone invests in it, which basically causes a lot of people wanting to get into it, and the people who don't get into it want to buy it afterwards because they watch the videos. So then you have potential to make a good amount of money on those ICOs. Aphelion DEX, yes, so that's another DEX on the Neo exchange. I have heard good things about it. I have not done much research or used it yet. Decentralized peer-to-peer trading platform. In terms of decentralized exchanges, I did note that Switcheo just recently got Ledger integration. So if you use a Ledger Nano S and you like Neo, you can use Switcheo because basically as soon as the coins are available on the Neo blockchain, you can trade them on Switcheo, and you can just integrate your DEX into there. So their DEX is coming soon. They don't actually have one. Let's see the team. Chris Mitchell, Jeff Solinsky. Yeah, I don't know anyone on the team. I don't see any advisors. But I have heard good things about Aphelion, and I think Tyler from Chico Crypto has done a review on them. Coin for the next 10 days gains. Yeah, just hold Bitcoin. Simple solution. Bitcoin. Will we see gains in the next 10 days? I don't know. Right now we're finding a little bit of a price. Just kind of stabilization. But the decrease in... Oh, those are longs. Here we go. The decrease in volatility that we're seeing recently does tell us we're kind of coming to the bottom. We have a pretty clear patch right here, and we're just kind of sitting there. All right, right in this range. All right, I guess the low would be 62.50 up to 7,000. That range there, we're just sitting there. We'll see. We'll see if we're heading back up or if we're kind of just stabilizing. Polymath, securities on the blockchain will probably be something big in the future. Right now, they're dealing with regulation. There's a lot of regulation that goes on with that stuff. We're seeing that all over cryptocurrencies with regulation. So as to when securities are going to be seen on the blockchain, who knows? But I think Polymath does have a good solution. And I think they're partnering with the CEO of Overstock on another project that I can't remember the name of right now to do that stuff. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Tron could go up over the next 10 days. That's a very hypey coin. Aphelion Decentralized Exchange on July 6th. Crypterium. All right, Crypterium. I know nothing about Crypterium, but let's take a look. You can get my unbiased opinion. Crypterium. On Hit BTC. Crypto bank for crypto people. Pay with crypto anywhere in the world. Shut the hell up. Let's see. Makes easy to pay with crypto anywhere. Well, that's cool if you can link through your Crypterium app to Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, or Android Pay, because that would be an awesome solution. Good suggestion, guys. They have a loyalty program, so that'll be, you know, you got to wonder if it'll be looked at as a security. Let's see. Do they have a team or a roadmap or a white paper? Nope. Where can I download? Let's see. Okay, here's a team. Former CEO of Visa. Well, that's a good thing to be. So they have a lot of people who have worked in finance and fintech, including the former CEO of Visa. That would be a good team. They have a very good idea. Like, everybody already uses Apple Pay and Samsung Pay already, so if you can integrate your crypto with that, that would be awesome. So yeah, I think that's a good solution. Obviously, do your due diligence. That's just me looking over it a couple of minutes, make sure the team is legit, that they actually have a project, that they're working on it, things like that, because it's hard to tell with that stuff, just looking that quickly off the bat. In terms of price action, it's been pretty sideways. Cool. NKN, that is an upcoming project that I want to review. I have not done anything about it yet. This will be the last one. A new kind of network connectivity protocol. I think this one's on Neo, right? Maybe. Former co-founder of On-Chain. Whitfield. Oh, Whitfield Diffie. Dude, he's like the father of cryptography. That is awesome. I just read the best book on cryptography called The Code Book. All right, did a review of it the other day. Whitfield Diffie introduced public key cryptography, asymmetric cryptography. He's the father of it. That's awesome that he is that's definitely having a heavy hitter as an advisor, heavy hitter, founder of On-Chain along with Da Hong Fei. I guess I would have to look into that just to make sure that's true. Yeah. So that does look like a very good project. I don't know much more about it, whether it's available now, whether it's, I guess it would be available now. I guess it would on Gate.io and Switch.io. Yeah. So that's an awesome project. Well, I would actually have to look and see what the project does. A new kind of network connectivity protocol ecosystem powered by blockchain for an open, decentralized, and shared internet. Cool. All right. Cool. So that is it. I already talked about Zebi. Yeah. Anything else? Sorry that I didn't get to it. I know I didn't get to Storica. I have nothing to say about Storica. I know nothing. Or maybe I don't know anything. Is this like the online store? Shopping? I don't know. Yep. I don't know anything about it. But, guys, if you want to do research, on these projects, look at their team. Do they have an all-star team? So people on their team that have worked for very legitimate companies like Google, like Facebook, like Visa, things like that. Do they have very strong advisors? Do they have partnerships with other, oh yeah, they have a partnership with Cryptarium and A-Chain. So do they have legitimate partnerships? Do they have a working platform? Can you actually try out that platform, see if it works? So all of those things are good to do. See that you can try their beta, so that's something that you would want to do if you want to test out Storica. And then be something like, is this something that I would use over whatever centralized solutions there are right now? Because if this is like, I mean, it looks like it's something that's aiming to either compete with Amazon or eBay. So if you can use it, would you use this as opposed to Amazon or eBay? And what benefit is there for it being on the blockchain? Because I can tell you right initially it's going to be a lot slower on the blockchain. But why would, I mean, it looks nice. I'll give them that. I will give them that. So cool. That is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining the live stream. I hope I was able to answer most of your questions. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I love you guys very much. Have a good one. I will catch you tomorrow at the news episode. Make sure you comment on this video and every other video to enter for your chance to win one of these sweet t-shirts. I'll catch you guys later. All right. Peace.